And a very warm welcome here from my position here. Welcome to SimRace TV, welcome to Channel 1, welcome to CityLiga Round 6. We have seen the first 5 races of the season live and, extremely exciting overall on SimRace TV. And the first half of the season is over. We do have quite a good lead for our record champion, who is, of course, Winkler. But before we are going to start to talk about this race, I show you what has happened in the last race. And yeah.
Driving fast, moving past the sunrise.
In Grid 1, Kovac got a pole, followed by Kapal, Kupinji and Pete. And here they go, the 25 drivers of Grid 1. They had to handle quite a breeze of 20 km per hour. Here they went through the downhill S. On the left side, we see Jan Ole had some problems and fell back to the end of the field right at the beginning. Like in Grid 2, there was some nice and controlled fighting through the first couple of turns. And here they went onto the long straight for the first time of the race. Kapal got a very good and maybe unexpected qualifying and started from second, but in the first couple of laps he had much bad luck. In lap 4 he defended on the inside for the chicane against Blum and Velikov. Dabei he got too far to the left and exited the chicane off track. So Blum, Velikov, Winkler and also Luke got past him. Schutti also got past Kapal, and in lap 13 he used the mistake of Blum out of the left-hander. He nearly went off the track to attack Blum, and after the first split he finally got past him. At the front of the field things sorted out quite quick, but in the midfield, where also I was driving, some action went down. Here I tried to defend against Reis into the S after the first split, and there's a slight contact between us which resulted in another contact, and in the end we both lose 2 positions against Blackie and Lazar. Kapal tried to mitigate his bad luck somehow. In lap 26 he attacked Blum and he passed him over the long straight. Here an interesting situation I had with Rosa and Ascona B. They both were in my slipstream and went out of it to the left and right of me. And for a moment I felt like Sonda in Spa 2000, but I didn't have to give in, so I defended my position into the chicane and everything stayed as it was. Here we see a controversial fight between Luke and Shippy. Shippy was closing up to Luke, but Luke was waving up nearly the whole straight, not to block Shippy, but to keep him out of his slipstream. In my personal opinion this is on the edge of sportsman-like behavior. At the end of the straight, Shippy managed to get next to him, but Luke aggressively defended him into the chicane. We heard the slight contact. Luke then, with the crossback maneuver in the last turn behind Shippy, they went out of side by side. Shippy now slightly ahead, but Luke got the better line on the inside for the downhill S, and in the end he stayed in front as Shippy gave in. A couple of laps to the end, Marcel tried his luck with Luke and got next to him on the straight. But again we see some aggressive and nasty defending of Luke, where it looked like he wanted to push Marcel off the track, but Marcel got the better momentum and ran through the chicane in front of Luke. Like in Grid 2 we saw a flawless performance by the pole sitter, in this case Kovac. He is followed by Kobinji, Pete, Winkler, Velikov and Schuti. The unlucky Kapal ended up on position 7 in front of Blom, Morvai and BMW, and as we saw, Marcel followed by Luke. Due to the worse result of Morvai and Schuti, Winkler furthers his lead in Grid 1 to 63 points to Morvai. Pete on 4th position changed position with Jan Ole. Then Kobinji followed by Velikov, Kapal, Rose, Picti, Treis and Lazar. No movement in the team rankings, still Aeromines in the lead, followed by Core Sim Racing and TC Racing, then Extreme Racing followed by WCL LFS Legends, Burner Crew number 1, Neat Racing, Kula Moonstock Rhinos, Burner Crew number 2 and WCL Rising Stars.
So this has been the Blackwood round, and I'm now joined here by someone who's not unfamiliar to CityLiga, not at all. He's today in double duties, and I say hello, Dom.
Hello! Hello everyone, good evening. Why are you watching this race? You should be in it. Nobody should watch this live. Ever.
Always participate, never just watch it. So yeah, we do have the lead in the championship for Kali, and we do have a very confident Kali Winkler as well for today's race. So this could mean that at the end of the day he leads by even further points. What are your impressions so far?
Well, his worst result so far was the 4th or 5th, or something like that, and that over a duration of 5 rounds is yeah, I think unless we get someone going really well for the last 4 rounds, or today as well, I think he's pretty much, well, not sewn it up, because if he then loses it, he will absolutely hate me for saying that, but let's say it's looking like F1 when Ferrari still dominated and it was about the 6th race in and they still hadn't not won a race.
Yeah.
Pretty clear in my eyes.
Yeah, it really seems pretty clear. 63 points already ahead. Quite a big margin. Let me quickly calculate. That means he would have, who's second in the championship? That's Morvai. Yeah, Morvai must win all of the final 6 races.
And he cannot afford a slip-up. That's the thing. He cannot afford a mistake because he's only got 1 drop score effectively.
Yes.
And Kali has pretty much has it all in the bank. He's got 2 pretty strong dropped scores if things go wrong. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for him. Let's hope he's not going to be the only guy to win the remaining 5 races, because that would be pretty damn dull.
Yeah, especially with the new point system, which is, well, rather close, but in the end, yeah, if you're scoring big, and that frequently, you're always going to end up being the winner. So yeah, qualifying is starting. So oh no, it's not starting. It's
just a
26.
test. It started half past.
Okay. Just didn't read what you were writing. Yeah, not only commentator for today, but also the race admin. Like, during the past 5 rounds of the season. You probably even have a closer look to everyone who's not just at the very lead than most of the times me and Dave had.
So far it's been pretty okay. You wouldn't expect much to happen. Maybe next race is going to be different because people actually have to learn some new corners, but LFS has been out with these physics on this car for I think this year it's going to be 8 years in December. So it would be pretty darn disappointing if people couldn't get it right still.
Yes, that's the one thing. The other thing is already some interesting driving lines I see here. The other thing is, especially with the next race, we are going to West Hill. New soil for everyone. Probably.
Yes. Though I'm not happy they just called it West Hill again and that they completely removed the old one completely from the game. I think it's like when they rebuilt Kyalami in real life and it actually had nothing to do with the old track whatsoever except for a few of the S-bends in the middle of the circuit.
Yeah, it's an even greater step between the old Blackwood and the new Blackwood and the even newer Blackwood. These 3
Still no
variations.
trees.
Yeah, the difference between the first and the second one was basically that tree in the chicane. And second and third, well, it got a bit narrower, but the character of the
It got
track
slower as well.
it got slower, but the character of the track stayed pretty much the very same as it was before. It was nicer to drive with the slower cars, but you didn't have to learn much for it. But now with the new West Hill, all the corners feel just very different.
Indeed, I think it's actually a major improvement. I think it's really a major improvement, and the track looks brilliant. However, it's come about 731 and a half years too late. And I somehow, it's like a drop of water on a hot stone. It won't help much for long. It's not a sustainable sort of push in numbers.
It feels a bit like when the open configs were introduced. You had, let's say, a handful of new people. You had 2 handful of old people trying the new tracks, and well, after 6 months, you didn't feel anything was left from it.
Pretty much, which is also partly down to that, in my opinion, 2/3 of all the open config tracks had rubbish layouts. There were a few which were actually good, but then most of those were actually not that different from the tracks that were there already.
Yeah.
Like Kyoto 32, for example, which is just Kyoto 3 but with the other side of the oval.
Yeah, and which is also the 8th round of CityLiga 20. Moreover, what I really feel with the new West Hill is what always was said by the developers, that they have learned about how tracks were built in real life with laser scanning Rockingham. And I didn't believe it actually until the new West Hill got released. Let's say if there was a release, an update for the other tracks within 3 months of each other or 6 months of each other, there might be some new steam to it, although the physics are the very same. Either way, qualifying is starting.
So opener for this qualifying session will be Holle, who's 31st in the Grid 1 standings.
So we're going backwards through the championship standings. There is Shippy, who already withdrew from the next 3 races, and only has 1 score in the results. So, yeah, it was known he would only be a part-timer this season, but even for him, the ratio of finishing the race was rather low. Yeah, Walter joined the season midway through in this very bright, glowing car even.
Yeah, something sort of broke when LFS went to those shaders.
It even looks worse to me since TeamViewer is showing me it in 8-bit.
You know, it just looks like some ridiculous advert for toothpaste now whenever you have a white car.
Yeah, that's pretty good example. Yeah, but it's not with every white car, one must admit. Holle's car seems to be rather okay, 18.06.
Yeah, but I think it's because he's got. I know this is completely deviating from actual qualifying, but it's because he's got the default skin which has the shading on it from the default skins that you get.
Yeah.
And that you should use, because otherwise you're gonna have that toothpaste white smile car.
Chippy 4/10 faster than Holle at the split. Holle now over the second split, 51.45. And if you don't know the track, then take a look at youtube.com/cityliga.de. Not .de, but /CityLiga. There is the track presentation by Ronald, who also did the LFS report video. Probably going to show it in the break between the qualifying and the race. Shippy comes over the line, 1:19.56. 1.8 seconds faster than Holle, who must have had a really terrible second half of the lap. And Walter 2/10 faster than Shippy and a 1:19.32. Blackie is going to start his lap now. Blackie really shows connection to his name. He has a really black skin. An old Lotus-ish style. .97. Lower than Walter and Shippy, faster than Holle. That's a big off for Blackie. Who didn't get around that double apex left-hander. Blackie now coming to the final chicane and going to be slower than Holler. Holler's going to be the first one with a jet line today, so there is the warning for him. BMW now over the line. Third position, a 1 minute 20.65. Rather big gaps between the drivers as of now. $17.93. That's about the pace Blackie had. Tune, the car behind him, 0.3 faster. $15.95. 50.41. 50.95 for Luke, 50.41 for Toon. And crossing the line is Luke, 20.56, putting him in third position. Now Toon follows closely afterwards. 1973, that's third position.
No, that's actually a year that took place 42 years ago.
Yes, yeah.
First wannabe joke of the day.
Ooh, Kovac is really aggressively on these curbs. And the clock stops at 1944, second position. After the first 8 cars, we do have Walter on the provisional pole position in front of Kovac. Shippy, Toon, Luke, BMW, Paul and Blackie. And now Tatwina starts his lap. And Tatwina, Oscona B and Chaka. Tatwina with a 17.82. He lost a couple of tenths to the second sector, 50.97. the line, and 5th position for Tatooine. Rather good first sector, but didn't convert it throughout the rest of the lap. But that's gonna be now. There he comes out of the final corner. 21.13, 8th position. Sharka with a good split, a good second split. 50.65. Not taking the final chicane too hard. And it's a 19.96 fifth position. Here is the CityLiga movie maker, Knox Ronald, starting his laps. "27 drivers here today, so that's quite nice to see."
28 actually. Someone unwithdrew like 20 minutes before the race.
Ooh,
Yes, indeed.
unwithdrew.
Or is it re-entered? Maybe that's a better word.
Probably it is. But otherwise, it would be a good. Ooh, nice drift, Ronald. It would be a good neologism. Marcel's car sounded rather strange on the straight. And Ronald now to the line. 120. Very fast here, Marcel. 1:19:39, second position. And Burndy now coming for the final sector. .120.06, seventh position. Blom in the unfamiliar core colors. At least for now it's unfamiliar.
The totally
since
new
they
and
are-
awesome core colors, you mean?
Yes, yes, of course. Totally new and awesome. More orange-ish. Good second split. Should be. A 1:19:70. Fifth position. That's a position that's rather often taken today.
Yeah, but they won't all start 5th, because even though that would be hilarious if they all started 5th. Obviously, people get bumped down over time.
$19.90 for Lazar.
Oh, and Rosa actually spins the car on his outlap.
Meanwhile, his teammate, not such a good sector time. So, next group of cars, Pick D, Phil Rose and Kapal. Kapal, someone who drives everything which has 4 wheels and is in the speed. Pick D, one of the rare American to race in CityLiga.
And to race in LFS at all. These days, at least.
That's correct. 50.63. Converting to 1992 and an 8th position for him on the grid. $19.95. That's 9th position. While Kapal comes to the line, and we're moving up to the final cars. Kapal in 1943 3rd position. Velikov, 1762, first sector. Well, he's driving a modern Lotus Skin with a car on track of Patrick Rubini. Is driving with a Mercedes, modern Mercedes livery. So the battle of the wannabe Formula 1 cars, so to speak. Velikov A 1954 fifth position. Cabini with an astonishing split time. 50.11. And it's a 1938 second position now for him. Just 100th of a second faster than Marcel is. And it's a very, very tight competition up at the very front with Walter, Cabini, Marcel, and Kapal within a 10th. Well, 1.1 tenth. Jan Ole, 14th position, so he's starting next to his teammate Berndi. Currently 14th and 15th, the two drivers from the Bernard crew. .46 for Pete, second split. And the final driver for today is on track. That's Carly Winkler, the leader of the championship. Pete, 10th position. Oh, and Luke with a chat. Oh dear. Duty to the line, 119.48. Morbai to the line, 1925 pole position. But there is one man who has the chance for a counter attack. The driver with the number 1, not on his car but in his name. Slowly coming to the line, the whole lap now with championship leader Kali Winkler. And the 27th driver to start a lap here in the qualifying session. .17.71, first split. Braking at 209 kilometers. Double apex left-hander, 50.34. We've seen faster today. Left, right, chicane, straight. And the clock stops at 1953, 8th position. Behind Schutte, behind Morvai, who has the pole position. Obviously. Yeah, and that's been the session. And before I forget to show, here's the track presentation by Knox Ronald.
We start the second half of the season with one of the oldest cars LFS have to offer on a track that also dates even further back in the past. We're going to take the FBM 452 laps race to Fern Bay Gold. The Jamaican track of Fern Bay Gold seems to be stuck in the 70s. With its huge curbs and the narrow track, it's surely a challenging course, also for the modern day racing cars. With only 3 straights, the possibilities for overtaking are also quite limited. Especially the fast turns before and after the railroad bridge can become quite slippery in the slipstream. With the Formula BMW we have an easy to handle open wheeler with quite a small engine, so you don't want to waste any momentum. Usually you drive the FBM with low downforce, so in fast turns your tires could slip quite a bit. This could become crucial since the R1 slicks can get very thin over those 52 laps. Another issue are the big curbs where the FBM react quite violently. So enough explaining, let's go for a lap. Here we are passing the short pit lane and starting our lap, braking on the curb for turn 1 at 55 meter, slowly lifting the brake to get into the turn and accelerating out using all the space. Then full throttle through the chicane, careful at the exit since the FBM tend to oversteer there. And now all those S's full throttle. Now this downhill right-hander also full throttle but not much room to work with, so this will be crucial with air loss. Now on the bridge, where we reach high speed, the left-hander at the end of the bridge is quite difficult since there isn't a distinguished braking point, so a key point for a good lap. Going to the inside as close as possible to the wall and using auto curb on the exit. The next two left-hander again, full throttle, but difficult with dirty tires or in the slipstream. Now under the bridge, braking at 50 meters, going down into third and already back to full throttle. Then down into second gear for the slow left-hander. Now stay on the right for the last chicane. Again full throttle using the left curb, avoid the curb on the right, and we are back at the pit lane. This was one lap in the FBM on Fern Bay Gold. Now have fun in the race during this beautiful sunset.
So that's been the track presentation, and now we're in the intercession between the sessions. We're going to see the leg lap just in a few minutes, seconds. And yeah, it's going to be rather interesting. So just looking at the results, the top 19 drivers are within a second, which is not too bad. Moreover, we have the top. Let's have a look. The top 13 drivers within half a second. What? Stream doesn't work?
Maybe it's again linked incorrectly. We've had this before.
Well, not really. Well, I on my end.
Can you watch yourself?
Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I can watch myself, which is no, well. Some people need a mirror for that. I just need SimRace TV. It's a rather interesting question why the drivers are coming up with this problem. Simply because yeah, the drivers should race and watch the stream. But anyways, like that, it's that time of day again. Oh, I already see cars crashing everywhere. Good that this is just like lap. As usual, drivers are allowed to rejoin the race once within the first 2 laps of the race. Once the leader has started his 3rd racing lap, this is no longer possible.
It's especially a reminder for people who are in the same TS channel as Pete.
Yes, it's a special reminder for Pete as well. Race restarts. We're going to see the green lights in just a few seconds. Red lights. Go green! And Mobile pulls off from P1. Big group of cars following him. Turn 1 looks okay. Let's see how the chicane works
Oh
out.
dear, a bit of a traffic jam now in the back of the field.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and there's an accident.
Ronald involved, Luke crawling from the infamous chicane. And some cars look cosmetically damaged. And Kali overtakes Shooty.
Rest of the lap appears to be more or less clean around the back.
Walter down to 3rd position, Marcel overtook him. He is now under pressure from Kubini.
That you can really... the thing is, the over-under thing doesn't really work with this car. Even if you got alongside, ooh, that was almost a bit of a argy-bargy there. The thing is just these things don't have torque, they don't have power, and they just have more grip than they have power. The grip to power ratio is basically worse than in Formula 3. And that basically means going off the ideal line, yeah, it doesn't lose you so much.
Now Kovac seemed to have taken a look at Kubini, but as soon as he left the line, Kapar was directly in his transmission, his gearbox. Underlining what you've just said.
Oh, and Jan Ole off. Jan Ole off the track in just before the last few S's.
And he's now in Very
couldn't really
last.
get a space to rejoin there. He's not quite last. I think
Luke is still behind him.
Luke is behind him, exactly, one of the TCR guys. Just couldn't think of the name.
Oh, there is multi-car action, pack racing, Kovac style. Kovac, Winkler, Kapal, Schuti. As soon as this pack formed, Kovac lost all contact to the cars in front.
Oh, but Kapal running very wide there. That's probably the corner where it costs you the most because it completely kills your momentum.
Yeah,
And he's now crowded out, passed by Schuti as well. He's probably going to be passed by Velikov if he's not careful.
got the inside for Velikov to finally stop being put down the order. Now he's setting Schuti under pressure.
Problem here though is that these guys are making each other lose seconds really per lap, almost. Well over a second a lap, and there's no strategic element in this race. It's literally just, well, the guy who's first is first, unless his tires burst. Which rhymes, by the way.
Welcome to the lyrical CityLiga stream. All poems today are narrated by Dominic Engel. And you really see how gaps open as soon as drivers start a little bit of fighting with each other. Kali now in the slipstream of his teammate. And now into 5th position.
It's good for him because he didn't even lose any time in that lap. He did a 19.8, so has already gapped his teammate by a few car lengths, and now is in pursuit of Mr. Kabinji in one of the Mercedes 2010 car.
Before the race, Kali said the key would be to drive very, very smooth around this track, do as little steering as possible.
Yeah, but the problem is if your setup is too much on the rears are going to blow. Well, if you're running too high camber, that is, which someone is bound to have done that.
Yeah.
It's rear limited on tyre wear by quite a margin actually.
A 10th of the race now being put to the records, and Morvai leads the race 1.18 seconds in front of Marcel, who made a mistake, and suddenly Walter is all over his back.
Walter being the third fastest qualifier, even though he was only the third car out in the session, which obviously the LFS doesn't matter actually. So it's just he's not really a factor in the championship. He's there for the race results. He's probably not very bothered about the championship unless he's there, which I think he actually is, to collect team points for WCL.
Yes, he is. He was added to the WCL roster for the LFS Legends team of WCL.
there right now, as I see it, there are two cars who can pretty much do the same lap times as the leader, which is well, Morby, who is the leader, and Cully in 5th, because he's got a clean track right now. He hasn't got that kerfuffle with the Aeromines car and Balta, and Kubinji is still a few tenths away from him, so he's not suffering any time loss yet, which is right now pretty important for his race. Because as I said, you can't make it up. You cannot make it up through pit stops. You just have to be the fastest and then not blow your tires. A bit like F1 2005, actually.
Indeed, Marcel with a mistake.
Marcel with a mistake, yes, indeed. Oh, it gets out on the curb. Ooh, dear God, that could have that could have been both cars spinning off there.
Indeed.
Surely Callie is going to have him down the straight.
Not quite.
No, not quite. Forgot that this actually doesn't have DRS.
Additional DRS to lift speed.
Yes. But the FPM is probably not that effective when it comes to slipstream, because the cars are just that similar. There's not really something special you need to do to be amazingly fast or within 1 second off the fastest times in this car. But Callie's going for the inside now. Down into the corner, off the bridge. Being narrow here can run you wide, but no mistakes from him at all. Oh, and Holly retires from the race, so we're down 1 from 27 to 26.
Obviously not sure what happened there. Could have been anything. So, Kali to 4th position. Which means...
Would just equal his worst results, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, he's really having a terrible season, isn't he?
It's nearly as terrible as last season. Whereas worst result of the whole season was 6th place, if I recall correctly. That being a sprint race where afterwards he won the 2nd run, something like that.
I think we're not actually allowed anymore to call them sprint races after last season.
Yeah.
Races of reduced length.
Pick D is now taking a very, very detailed look at the car.
Ooh, this could be an interesting spot. Oh, I saw that one coming. Luckily, he gets away with it more or less. He's got some really high camber going on that on that setup, and I don't like the look of that.
Oh yeah. Hopefully this setup is surviving the race distance.
Back down in the field, Bandy has just passed Blackie for P23.
And Jan Ole is currently the very last car on the track. Definitely a drop result for him.
You can say that, yeah.
Been a good season though for him.
He was right right up there before second grid qualifying, but now it's well, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's falling apart because it isn't, but it's not looking as good as it was. Oh, Kovac and Marcel in turn 1. They're gonna be side by side for the chicane. Yes, there we go. The car that is ahead usually gets the right of way there. Good clean pass. Like pretty much all of them were up until now, at least the ones that we've actually seen.
Yeah, maybe a bit of rubbing with the Pick D and Toon scene.
Yeah, but that was in the past. The thing is, the person who came off worst there was Big D. So
Yeah, true.
But Marcel reckons he's not quite done with that actually. Oh, huge slide there. Now he's right with him again, and surely Kapal behind us only happily watching this and thinking, oh yeah, you battle, you just lose time. I'm fine with that.
Trying the outside line, Marcel.
Can he keep it? I think he might. No. Whoa, this is easy. Yeah. Kovac ahead and nose again a nose ahead and gets the right of way, but because of having to lift, Kapal is now in this.
He's right in the slipstream.
And on a limiter, 208 kilometers an hour, massive speeds. Down off the bridge into the triple left-hander. Ooh, and actually gets inside of him. So that's.
I think.
Got hooked on a curb there. Inside wheel spun off.
I had the feeling that Marcel slightly clipped the inside of the wall in the corner.
Might have. It's actually relatively easy to do. God knows how they didn't touch there. Just a slight lag.
But as soon as this battle begins, Kovac is gone. Kapal
It's just they're losing time because they're all running offline. It's not like when Kali overtook Kovac because they weren't losing time at all because they were both running pretty competitively on the racing line. It actually completely contradicts what I said earlier, which is only because I got it the wrong way around. Lose momentum here and you're pretty much, you're not gonna enjoy it.
Oh, Marcel.
Marcel for the outside. He's gonna pull it off there, surely. Trying to do the switch back. Not enough difference in the car's cornering performances. A slide from Marcel. He might just lose the draft down a straight, which would be excellent news to Kapal.
I think he's at the very rear edge of the draft.
Yeah, but that's not enough. Unless he dives, which he doesn't do.
At least it was enough for Marcel to keep contact to Kapal, not lose him completely.
Whoa! Crisscross between Dries and Pick D there. Massive lockup from Dries into turn 1 and Pick D goes through the tyres! And that's his race over. He was hit by someone. I must have been Dries.
Ronald involved.
Oh, and Kubinji and Winkler side by side off the bridge.
Also,
And Winkler
Kapal,
goes into third.
yeah, and Kapal had a really. Oh yeah. Just saw that scene on the stream due to the delay. It was quite unfortunate. So yeah, Kali now to third position.
Ooh,
But
but
can
for
he
how
hold
long?
it? Ooh, Company runs out of
Oh, yes.
tarmac.
Runs off the circuit. And there is another core car. Oh, look. It's like nothing's changed.
Except that car.
Oh, no,
came
no, no, no.
outside.
No, 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 no. Oh, my
Right.
God, no.
Oh,
And, ooh, Kabinji off the track again. Oh, he holds that. Oh, my God. I thought he was either going to be not affected at all or spin massively.
yeah, now the next orange car, which is not a core car but Kapal.
Just look how he's now being swamped up.
Just because he was off the exiting turn 1, he is now in the middle of a pack. Oh, shooty. In the background, 5 cars. Velikov, Marcel, Kubini.
Marcel and Kabini now. Oh dear, this might end up being 3 wide if they're not careful. Not now, but at some point later on in the lap.
Oh, shoot!
Oh, Judy goes for it! Oh my God, that was the cleanest dive bomb I've seen this year. There was actually no contact at all there. But again, Velikov now being swamped up. It's just you cannot afford. Oh, and they touch! They touched. He and Pete touched in the quick right-hander, and both of them keep it straight. But my God!
Pete's getting overtaken by Rosa.
Oh no 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 no! Oh my God, no! Oh dear!
Phew.
I know no is quite a easy phrase to say, but oh dear. He should never have gone for that move. That was very ambitious. Insert Top Gear motto here, because it's fitting for that move.
It definitely was. Oh, Marcel and Kubini! Side by side, and I thought for a moment Kubini would run out of track again. But he does now. Well. Now side by side with Shooty.
They're both gonna actually use their brain here. That's very good. Oh, very close to the edge of the track.
Shooty covers.
Oh, and he spins off! Oh, and that's a huge blow to his race.
Now where is he going to recover?
Oh, he's got absolutely roasted rear tires as well. He's gonna be 14th when Lazar overtakes him, which that looks awful.
These rear tires need some cooling, I guess.
Yeah, he's gonna have to treat them carefully for the last few for the next couple of laps.
For the last laps, that would be quite a long way.
But surely you should have known that he was gonna spin. Or not, because you would know. Oh dear. This is panning out to be a lot more exciting than I thought it would be.
Todd, Wiener, and Chaka. Ooh. This didn't really look like, oh, I know, I give him the right of way.
In the back of the field news section, BMW also spinning with even roastier tires.
Yeah, Todd Wiener now having to battle off Sharka's 17th position. Side by side. Oh, wow, okay, Todd Wiener ran a little bit wide there. Sharka saw that this is going to happen and opened steering, and BMW is also retiring from the race.
Yeah, just like Jan Ole did a couple of laps earlier, so we're down to 23? Indeed we are.
It's quite big concerning what we've seen this season. Oh, Berndi. So up in front we have a little bit of, yeah, it's a bit stretched out due to all the things that have happened, especially with Kubini.
I think he battled with about half the grid there within 4 laps and then spun.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Oh, and Todd Wiener spinning. Shouldn't have mentioned spins.
Yeah, it was on the stream and he took actually Chaka with him. Oh, and he's spinning again. Was he?
You can't be talking about the same car, because he spun all on his own.
No, he spun earlier, having contact with Chaka. I just saw with one eye on the streaming monitor of
Oh, and
mine.
he's now down to 20th. Also, absolutely. Oh, and Luke off in turn 1 in the tire on the inside. Also now with a very interesting aero solution on the front.
Oh, für Dreis.
Yeah, that works through there, but you're gonna have to decide for the next corner, mate. Yeah, okay. But it ended without any blood.
For now. Black jersey or red lantern.
Ooh, first fastest lap from someone who isn't the race leader, and then second
Another
fastest lap from someone who isn't the race leader.
A 4-second gap for Morvai up in front. We don't show him too often around here. Simply because all the action is happening behind him. And someone who has an action-filled rear view mirror is Blom, with Pete and Shippy behind him. Pete is probably going to make a move now.
If he's gonna try his banzai move again. Oh, braking very late. Nah, can't quite make it round the outside. But the fact that he didn't just go sparing off straight on. Oh, and Blom spins. Oh no, he's lag taken Pete with him.
Very, very, very unfortunate for Pete.
The forces of the internet can sometimes be unpredictable, and they definitely were there. In a way, I think it would have happened anyways, but maybe not quite as big as it did.
I also saw some contact at least coming from this 3-car group, but not in that way.
The ridiculous thing about it is that Blom lost half a second? Well, he actually did a 23.7, so I'm gonna say he lost maybe 3-4 seconds at best, and he's still going. Might have a bit of damage now, but
On the other hand,
actually look that bad.
Pete lost 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or even more. Let's see. He lost the whole back straight time.
Pretty much, yes. Not good.
Kovac slowly getting a visitor. Here in Jamaica, the Hungarian is getting a visit from a Czech.
In a French-designed car that was built by the same composites company that actually built the Peugeot 908. That's running, oh god, it must be almost 20 years old now, BMW motorbike engine.
So very international.
Well, not quite, because I think the company that made the Miguel chassis is ATR, and they're actually French as well. But yeah, it's a French chassis with a
German
Hungarian
engine.
and a Czech driver, a German engine, and yeah.
We are at a venue that is officially located in Jamaica. So
Somehow I don't think they have such low-rent tracks in Jamaica, because this is already outdated from 1964.
I thought Jamaica just has cool runnings.
Maybe they put an engine on it and they're running it around this track in the winter with snow. Except they don't have a winter or snow. Maybe just sand then.
That sounds reasonable. In fact, I've once seen a documentary which...
Ooh, Blom, countdown
Okay,
of
Blom.
doom.
Oh,
Oh, back he is. Oh, countdown of doom again. Not looking. I thought he was a bit dodgy with his connection when that incident with Pete happened. Because his let's say his driving looked a bit edgy around the corners, which is, well, unless he's some sort of computer programmed person, which he isn't. That looks a bit strange.
probably this is the very problem right now.
Oh, he's gonna pass to 31 seconds in a second. Oh dear.
But
Oh, he's
he
still
is-
sending splits. He's still sending splits, but nobody can see him, which is obviously always the best way to run a race.
Still the invisible car.
At least if he gets hit by a French driver, he can go, I did not see him. He was nowhere to be seen on track.
Yeah, although French drivers had more of an American nightmare yesterday.
You mean that great skill parade for wet driving skills at the IndyCar race was?
Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And all I see there is another whole load of cash going to Italy.
Yeah, but by the way, when we see Blom crossing the start-finish line, he's shown as a P1 driver for that very moment.
He's warping. Well, he's not really, but should he come back, he will The problem is what happens if he's gotta have this for the rest of the race. That would be a disaster.
It would be interesting in a way. He would be able to tell you how it is to drive in a ghost race.
To be honest, his car is just about as visible as many of the F1 teams' cars were who wanted to enter in 2010.
Yep. Oh, I thought it was-
Kobenji is fighting with Lazar and passing him into turn 1.
And this
So
time
he's
he's not
recovering.
running out of track.
Yeah. The track at Fern Bay isn't that wide, actually. It's not that hard to do that in turn 1, but it is very embarrassing. Even more so, I think, than just dropping the car in the chicane by spinning, not by hitting the tires.
And Vinny can get away from Lazar there.
Hitting the rev limiter all on his own there.
No wind around here that could influence it.
Ooh, now Mr. Walter showing what he can do. Oh, and Flame sets a PB. There's a shock. Something that has never happened.
Now around Kovacs.
He is.
That's why he set the PB. He had a slipstream. Well, at least it was part of it.
DRS.
And Blom's still having his problems.
245 seconds on the countdown of death. Of doom, I called it actually, so I have to stick with name pattern. Countdown of doom.
We've actually heard of problems with the CityLiga servers from TCR, at least from the British TCR drivers. But apart from that, I have to look.
But they had a problem already, as in that someone else was having a problem and Pete flew into a wall.
Yeah. That's actually true. By the way, TV director, just a fun fact, is showing Blom with a minus 65,556 laps.
Well, isn't that not what the gap of the Pescarolo Dome should be that by now from the 2012 Le Mans race?
Probably.
Which was running 9 hours behind the leader by the time it was.
Is Blom? No, Blom is not gone. He's just first again. This in-game scoring drives me mad, and I really have the feeling that this is going to.
Oh, and he left. What? Oh dear. We have no idea what happened, do we?
No.
It could be anything. He might have just been exploded by a car that drove through him. Because nobody could see him.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is Jack Basford, MOE, oh dear.
Berndi overtook Tadwina.
Oh, Shaka versus Ascona B. P16 that is, and it's now a three-way fight with Dreis also joining in there.
Oh! Well, after having seen cars exploding by contact with other cars, driving so close to each other is really... You actually think of what could happen when they are that close.
Well, in theory, you can just check the ping in the connections list.
Yeah, in theory. Yes, you're right. But
You gotta be darn paranoid to do that. Oh, and there goes the car! And who's that?
Randy.
Oh dear, it's... Yeah, when I saw him not rejoining, I thought that was gonna happen. And we're down to 21.
I'm losing connection. Why am I losing connection?
That is very interesting, because nobody else is.
Oh, so you can still hear me?
Oh yes, I can.
That's even more interesting. I lost connection to Live for Speed, to the LFS director. Oh, I'm now regaining the connection to TV director, so I can switch cameras for you. And now showing later, but I don't have LFS. Interesting. And neither does TeamViewer update for me, so I don't know what's happening all around us.
Pete on a comeback is now behind Toon. More or less. This is gonna be a battle soon. And since I said that, one of those two is gonna drop it in the next two corners.
Ah, I'm back. Hello.
Oh. Oh, and Pete hits the inside wall. Ouch. Oh, he's got a lot of camber damage on the left. His wishbones are very broken.
I thought you wanted to say that his wishbones are very wibbly wobbly.
They're not wibbly wobbly. They're not made of gel.
Kali is slowly closing up to Walter.
The way at which he sort of has been nibbling at that gap for a long time. It's like, imagine giving a massive wheel of Parmesan cheese to a single mouse.
Ooh, that's
And
a nice.
now it's been seriously hundreds of a seconds, not even tenths. And I mean, look at it right now, exactly same second split. And Cali gains another 500 of a second. Nibbling away there.
Sorry for the sound issues. I think that's been caused by me reconnecting. Anyway.
I think it's about time for me to put my tire wear reporter hat on for the first time in this race. And from what I can see in the top three is that Walter seems to have more front tire wear than the other two cars. He's certainly running more camber on the front end. Which on the front end you can afford to do. It's a real limited track, but on the back you really don't want to run more camber or more camber than you really need.
Oh, Dreismann.
New fastest lap by Anti-Walter with a 1:19.16. gonna be, and Luke again. For 18th place, this is actually the only battle, as in battle, that we have. Oh! Bit of wheel bashing there.
Luke's
I think
Luke's
Luke
been
was
late.
squeezed a bit there. I think he was still squeezed a bit. He should have been left more room. Because if you're coming from that tight, you should expect your opponent to run out further off the apex.
Oh, and that was a strange upshift from 4th to 6th directly.
I think that was a double upshift. I don't think that's how it was intended.
So do I think, because he lost contact to Luke. For now.
Looking at the lap times of both, I think this is not going to be a battle after this part.
Pete.
Oh, Pete in the pits.
Probably repairing damage and wants to have some 20 laps with a nice car.
Indeed, he is.
Lapped. He's lapped. First car being lapped today.
Although I must admit, my first reaction was, oh my god, did I forget to turn the mandatory pit stop off?
Alright. Fastest lap by Kali.
And fastest lap by Gapal, first 18. 18.98. Which is...
Did we see a 18 in qualifying?
No. Because the tyres were fresh. And obviously in LFS world, tyres that are 35 laps old are way better.
I guess any endurance team would hire that tyre company.
Oh yes! Dreisen's gonna be.
Why is gonna be back there?
I think that if I look at the F9 menu, I can figure that the reason out, because he's running wooden tires on the front.
Oh.
Or commonly known as R2 tires.
I just was pretty. Well, he must lost tons of seconds.
But look at his fastest lap, it's barely in the 20s. It's really not very good. Straight line performance is actually okay, but I don't think he's gonna be very happy with that race result. Running third from bottom of all the running cars.
But at least finishing the race, and suddenly Pete has someone to battle with. As Blackie lost all his pace. Well, very short battle. For 21st position. Which means we lost 6 cars.
Oh my god, what the hell is up with that front wing?
Yeah, he actually traveled on the front wing, off track.
I think it's scraping actually.
Yeah, it's definitely scraping.
Jump it. Okay, good. Good job there. Yeah, it's definitely scraping, and not just a bit.
So Blackie also does a pit stop. Binny is closing up to Shippy. Playing a little bit of CityLiga radio. Ingrid to Yanni Katila leads the race in front of Ermine's Kalarami and TCR Nick. Edgar in 4th and Bernhard Krügerheimrath in 5th position.
Talking about actually nothing related to you there at all. Ooh, Shippy and Kubinji is what I was gonna mention, and my god, do they deserve a mention right now? The fake Mercedes 2010 car on a recovery drive, I guess you have to call it. Not energy recovery drive, obviously. Just recovery drive.
No energy recovery systems in here.
Ooh, his car is bottoming out quite a lot. That is Patrick's car. But he's clearly quicker, nevertheless. Even though he's running Red Bull gearing, which means that whenever he hits a draft, he runs out of revs.
Yeah, though.
It's not a big disadvantage in this car, that's the thing. It's actually not a big disadvantage at all if you're quick and up the front. If you're in the pack, then yeah, you should have probably made your 6th gear longer. Oh, this could be a move coming here. Oh, lots of curb cutting, driving over a ridge.
Well,
Ooh, is he gonna dive? No, he's not. Very wise decision. Not from that far back.
While you are calling that scene. Oh, what's gonna be? Everything's okay. First of all, Morvai lost remarkably to Walter. Second of all, Kali closed up to Walter pretty good.
Oh, here we go. Kubinji in that slipstream. Should be doing a bit of Hamilton weaving there. Kind of weird being against a Mercedes skin car. Oh, the understeer there. Nah, not gonna try it there, doesn't work through that kink. Can only go wrong as often as it can go right. So next attempt coming up again before turn 1 out of the last chicane. Over the left curb, over the right curb. Much better position for this one. But still a bit too far back. Nope. Oh, and Shippy almost outbraked himself actually. And because of Kubini not really committing, he almost defended air there. Kubini definitely with more tire wear than Shippy. Oh, and not very surprising if you look at how he's throwing that car around right now. not necessarily the fastest way to move around the track.
Oh, and now look at the front.
Yes,
three
top
cars.
3, very interesting.
Who would have thought of that when Morvai was already over 4 seconds
Oh,
away?
Kali in the slipstream almost off Walter. Oh, fastest lap of the race, 1:18.88.
Balta had trouble to reduce the speed.
Oh, and a lap car in front of him. It's Blackie
Yes.
in front of him. How is this gonna pan out? Because the guy who we're most disadvantaged in this case, I think, is Morvai.
Yeah.
Quite clearly.
And it's a very, very bad spot to run
Anywhere on this track is.
Okay. What's Blackie doing? How is Blackie doing it? Ooh, Walter!
But actually, no, it brought Walter closer to Morvai by pretty much nothing, but still enough.
Walter's in the slipstream, Morvai defending. And just wanted to. Whoa! At the back there's also some fighting. But let's. Well, probably the fight between Shippy and Kabini, that's something for the LFS report. We are staying here with Morvai.
Walter to the outside. Is it gonna work? Oh, brakes very deep into the corner. Can he get it turned? Yes. Oh, and then bang! Contact there, side by side contact. And Walter has to pull back in behind Morvai. But is he gonna try it at that kink? It's only gonna be 9 more laps after this one, so he's gonna get it done at some point if he wants to win this race. And I think Kali's for now just. For at least for another 1 or 2 laps, just wants to sit there, close enough for a draft, not necessarily going for a move, just in case these two hit each other off. Wouldn't be the first time it's happened in the race, not between these two. I'm not just suggesting that. Walter to the inside, Morvai can keep the momentum, has a slide. Order stays the same for the chicane.
Top 3 cars within half a second.
Again to the outside, Morvai hugging that inside line for the corner off the bridge. And again, order stays the same. If anything, Walter's got to be very careful that Kali's going to steal his place. Oh, and he runs a bit wide there. Oh, and lost a couple of meters. And could that be Kali's chance to get up into second place? And
Not
for
yet.
himself to have a go at getting that lead. right into the braking zone. Walter locks up. Kali snatches second. This is gonna be his place. Yeah, there we go. Through he goes. One mistake from Walter, one position lost.
Now it's Kali versus Morvai. Championship second and first. In the direct battle.
Slipstream. Morvai isn't gonna give him the inside, is he? Oh, and a lap car right there! Oh my god! Oh dear, that could have really mixed up things if it had gone wrong.
Tries, to be honest, he didn't really have anywhere to go.
Well, the inside of the track was covered by Morvai, so
He actually steered into the wall to make himself as small as possible.
oh, this could be it. Walter isn't gonna have a sufficient slipstream down into turn 1. So Kali it is. Slipstream outside, inside again, hugged by Morvai. And more traffic coming up in front of him. Who's gonna do it through turn 1? Oh, Kali very deep. Can he get ahead before the chicane? I think he's gonna force it through, and he's through. He's through into the lead.
Oh dear! And now Morvai is losing the position to Walter.
They're just gonna scramble behind him. That is gold dust. That is gold dust for Kali Winkler. He's got the prime opportunity to just run away with first position now.
And it was such a brilliant move.
I didn't think he would force it through. Not with this many laps to go, but he did. Morvai around the outside. Oh, but Walter, he can't not let Walter have space on the inside there. Yep, there we go. And Walter will be a nose ahead into that right-hand side kink. Who's gonna give it up? Walter has to give it up, sensibly in my opinion. Oh, and he gets a bang from the back. Not a bang for the buck, but Luke lapped there, so he got out of the way very nicely. Not a factor in this at all. But this is the race for P2 now between two yellow cars. Again, Morvai with his inside hugging strategy. Walter just doesn't seem to be able to really sit on the brake pedal on the outside round there like Kali did. Kali just braked so deep into there. And we saw Walter lock up before when he was trying to challenge for the lead round the outside against Morvai, so I think this is going to come down to either another crazy maneuver or some driving errors.
Yeah, Dries does his second pit stop. By the way, just for the records, Walter's now having a good run.
Oh, and contact! And Walter's 2 wheels on the grass, just about kept 2 wheels on the curb there.
Now he's lost him. Whoa.
Whoa, I think they're gonna have to rewire here, otherwise they're just gonna punt each other off. Because 4th place is not miles behind.
Oh yeah, Kapal is coming. And just to give you an impression, they lost 8/10 to the second sector, and over the course of the lap it's 1.2 seconds.
Oh, in other news, tire news, Stippy right front puncture. Dries also with new tires, so might also have been tire trouble for him. But still, the battle for the top, well, for the top 3 is on. We pretty much know that unless something crazy happens, who the people on the podium will be, but in which order will they be? There's certainly gonna be 2 yellow cars on P2 and 3, but which 2? Or which of the 2 is gonna be on P2 and who is gonna be on P3?
Chippy now to the pits for his tire change.
And he's graciously letting everyone who's sort of on a lead lap and actually still driving for something pass before rejoining the track. Very sportsmanlike.
Oh! Valentine hits the tire in the chicane.
Oh, he's got a puncture! He's got a right front puncture! That's it! Kapal's gonna be third! And this is the second race in a row! Wait, oh, is it the second race in a row?
It's not the second race in the world.
No, it's
right?
not, but it's the second race where Walter has been in the top 3 and got a puncture in the last few laps.
Has been even worse in South City, leading the race.
Oh, and he's gonna drop positions like flies now. Look, there's already Kovac coming.
Yeah, and he's
And
definitely
Marcel.
going to do a pit stop.
I think he might be 9th if it works out. Luckily the pit entry, you have to do a right-hand turn. But then braking for your pit stall, that's another difficult bit. Manages quite
I
nicely.
think he might be 11th if it's okay. If it's
It's already back underway, so...
okay.
Oh, and Luke in the pits. Luke also in tire trouble, it seems.
He has been in tire trouble as well earlier, but in other forms.
Certainly a new left front going on that car. My god. It's the commentator's curse again. I said 2 yellow cars would be in the top 3. Well, not looking like that now.
I'm still stunned, to be honest, by what has happened there for P1.
I'm not stunned by the move itself. I'm just stunned that it happened. Like,
Yes.
that it wasn't an accident. Because you can
Yes.
do it if the other guy cooperates, but... well...
But with the tire trouble, everyone is stretched out from each other.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those who haven't popped their tire are nursing theirs. Unbelievable. Well, the intention of this race was to be on the limit on tires, and well, it certainly has delivered that.
Yes, definitely.
And surely this must be the lowest grid position for a winning car this season.
Yeah. Just looking through the tires, and I have.
No, you can't look through them. They're not see-through.
I mean, I look through the tire menu, and I have. I see 1 or 2 people who are really praying now.
And the top three, I think, as safe as you can be with a set of R1s around here, pushing them hard. The thing is as well, Caddy couldn't, like, nobody in that top part of the race could afford to take it easy on tires, and I think it's showing.
Oh, yellow
Oh,
flag.
we have a yellow flag in front of Cali. Surely that's another car with a puncture.
Chaka.
It's Shaka, yes. Yeah, right front puncture, and around he goes!
But he keeps it somewhat.
but he scared the Aromite's car a bit there.
Yes.
But through the last chicane he goes. Carly Winkler to win.
Oh, Shippy.
4. Oh, Shippy out! Oh dear, but how did that happen?
Not sure.
Carly
wins.
Winkler takes its 4th win out of 6 races this season, if I'm not wrong.
Not
I think he
quite.
can be pretty darn satisfied with that.
1, 2, 3, 3 wins. That's the 4th. From 7
Well,
race
actually, I just
sessions.
remembered he wasn't the top scorer in round 3, which, but, oh god, who cares?
Yeah. So Kali Winkler wins the race in front of Morvai and Kapal.
Yeah, then Kovac in 4th, Aromines Marcel 5th, Heroes of Racing Shuti in 6th. 7th is Race Green Autosports Velikov, Phil Rose in 8th, Patrick Kopini in 9th, Lazar 10th, Walter 11th.
Got quite some good
Then
prediction.
Toon in
Yeah.
12th, Ronald in 13th, Totvina, Sharka, Pete, it's gonna be Luke, Dreis, and Blackie, who are our 20 finishers.
Yeah, 20
Because
finishers
Shippey
out of
retired on
27.
the last lap.
So, and in grid 2, they are still a couple of laps to go. They're now entering lap 48, sorry, not 28. 28 would be...
That would be quite bad.
Currently, Katila's leading in front of Killarami, Edgar, TCR Nick, and Ermine's Como. And they are down to 18 cars.
I'm gonna need something to drink after that because my throat is aching.
Not only yours, not only yours. Woo. That's been something.
We've seen some, some nice punctures, some unfortunate moves, some unfortunate lag, some very do-or-die moves which ended up in die, and some do-or-die moves which ended up in do. Oh my god. Can we have more of that, please?
Yeah. That's been a complete race for me. It had simply everything. I hope Dave will see it on tape just to see that not every race is decided after 2/3 of the race.
Oh dear. So the next race then.
And we're going to West Hill now.
Yes, to the all new West Hill TM.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks' time, on Monday the 27th of April, with the Raceabout and West Hill 50. What? FZ 50. West Hill 50. Oh dear. How many configurations are they gonna add? 1 million. No, it's the LRFs or the Raceabout and FZ5 at West Hill International Reverse, which is now, funnily enough, West Hill 2 Reverse.
Not West Hill 1.
Also, grid qualifying free combo for the next 2 weeks.
Yes. So everyone has to do this track and to
And
train
we'll
on
see
it.
who's gonna be in grid 1 after that, because that is... I don't think that's one of those standard combos. It's a very difficult combo. Although I think it's been made easier to drive with the new track configuration, but much harder to drive fast, because the corners have become much more complicated. It's just gonna be a blast. If it's gonna be anything like this, then I'm up for it. I'm up for it completely. Maybe I won't have to scream my soul out this time, or next time rather, if Dave's back, unless I'm requested to be here.
Oh, let's see.
But yeah, I guess we're gonna see.
Oh dear, that's it's been. Yeah. What can we say now? Probably. Oh. Katilas got overtaken by Kalarami in Grid 2.
Ooh. Oh. Which Katila is that?
The younger one.
Ah.
The older one.
This is just Radio Grid 2 now, isn't it?
It's Radio Grid 2, yeah. The older one is in P11. And I have the feeling that Katila is quite slow. Well, not slow enough that I would call it a puncture, but. Oh! Okay, Radio Grid 2 is going to call it a day, even though you will see all the results, all the action from Grid 2, every 2 weeks on the YouTube channel of dear Nox Ronald, who's again doing the LFS report. And yeah, then we're going to see each other back for Westhill. So good night, everyone, and have a nice week.